Dale here, and I'm ready to bring you 5 reasons as to why and how AEW will be competition for WWE. Number 5, extensive focus on matches. AEW has 2 hours on Wednesday, an hour on Friday nights, and several YouTube shows. Whether you like the style or not, there is action from top to bottom of the card. Each match is an extensive display for the combatant to let you know where they've been and what they want to bring to the viewer. If you're a fan of spots, they make sure they fill them for your entertainment. WWE enjoys the storytelling aspects of the business, but for AEW diehards, the story is in the squared circle. Number 4, their owner is a fan. Tony Khan was a self-proclaimed tape trader. For those that don't know, a tape trader was a means in the 70s all throughout the 90s for fans to see promotions worldwide, gaining exposure internationally by means of physical tape loaning to your friends. With this exposure, you pick up bits and pieces of every company, and Tony took each one of those companies and made it his own. Whether it be with New Japan Pro Wrestling, ECW, or even Joshi, Tony Khan wants his wrestling show to be like a giant salad with all the fixings of flavor that he enjoyed. He wants to keep in touch with all fan bases with what he knows people have watched in the past. We call Vince McMahon out of touch. However, how can anyone be out of touch when they refuse to watch any other wrestling? Number 3, fan interaction. Going back to my last point, Tony Khan is a fan, and although he was a tape trader, sometimes I thought it was scotch. And what do fans like themselves do? They like to argue and talk amongst each other. In '97, we wanted to see Steve Austin versus Goldberg. We bickered back and forth on who would win, and others said who would be booked to win. The debate between the two still exists. Tony Khan has a bankroll to make these things happen, and he's been doing so. Currently, we have a program of MJF and CM Punk. This is a dream pairing for the modern era. This is not Hogan Rock from WrestleMania 18. That was on another level. Tony, though, is opening that forbidden door to have different promotions battle on their televised program after hearing what people want via social media outlets on various platforms. With this, we have extra exposure of people such as Thunder Rosa, Minoru Suzuki, and Bobby Fish. I would have mentioned Jay Lethal as far as the Forbidden Door, but with Ring of Honor closing its doors, Tony Khan once again listened and picked up some of the best wrestlers in the business. Number 2, Revolving Door at WWE. Layoffs are a thing for every company and necessary, especially with the latest pandemic. It's rather unfortunate. AEW is their 3-year contracts almost up, which they've honored for the whole time while granting contracts to indie darling favorites like Fuego del Sol, much to my chagrin. WWE has been letting go and laying off staff and talent, especially with record earnings, to make a budget sheet look squeaky clean for a potential sale. 2 low points of this was a rehiring of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, coming back, and the hiring of a lesser-known writer. John Laurinaitis is one of the worst minds for the wrestling business that only got clout because of his buddies in Japan. Now he's the last call people hear when they're let go. The hiring of a comedy writer, because wrestling needs more of those, I guess, was probably the worst. On a podcast, she self-admittedly announced that the then champion was named Bobby Ashley, and he's just a big black guy. Usually when you get hired for a job, you should know something about it. It is nothing against her, but more so about the direction that WWE wants to go to. This was humiliating action that WWE took responsibility for by firing her immediately. AEW had no public hirings or back office disputes other than people such as Amanda Huber in a very Dana Warrior way. And the number 1 reason how AEW can be competition to WWE? Handing the keys to the city. This is the biggest way AEW can be competition for WWE. The aforementioned reasons show cause. This reason is the effect. WWE is laying off a lot of dead weight with lots of tread left on their tires. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan were the biggest free agents that were signed. However, the laid off ones were the ones who we see getting on TV and making the best of their opportunities. Miro had a fantastic run once he became the TNT champion as a heel. Bobby Fish is showing up each opponent on TV every week. Andrade El Idolo, when given an opportunity, shines as much as Malachi Black broods. Jon Moxley has shown that he's capable of strong promos and decent matches. Even the likes of Everrise, the now 2.0, and Tony Nese create a buzz on TV. The list continues, just like the speculation arises on people like Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and now potentially Jeff Hardy joining his brother Matt to hopefully remove him from that black hole of the Hardy Family Order gimmick. Let's also dive into one other thing here. The WWE firings came from a place with polished matches and capable TV quality. So you see there's a clear-cut difference between guys like Kip Sabian and Tony Nese. Watch a 2.0 promo. These guys put over Daniel Garcia and it's heelish fun. More TV time for them means less time for Sonny Kiss, Joey Janela, and the dreadful women's division. Tony Khan now has the pieces to make this an easy transition from chess to checkers. This is Dale signing off.